Hey guys! So today I'm going to be making like a little FAQ/experience video about my conch piercing. I just got my conch pierced Tuesday and it is now Friday. So I've had a couple days to have to deal with it, and so now I feel like I can kind of tell you a little bit about my experience, what it's been like the past couple days of having it done, what it was like when I got it done, and just kind of all that general stuff. It's hopefully going to be a good video for y'all, for any of you who are thinking of getting it done. This is just going to be kind of helpful video, things to kind of think about before you get it done, and kind of my whole experience with it and how it's been so far. So, I'm really excited about my conch piercing. I love it. It's wonderful. This is what it looks like, so y'all can see it. Yay! It's so cute. I think it looks pretty awesome. I don't know if you can see the back of it or not. Sorry if you can't. I'm sorry. But that's what it looks like. So the first question I'm going to address is the one I know I'm going to get asked a million times, and that is, how bad did it hurt? It honestly wasn't bad at all. It's probably my least painful piercing out of all the ones I've had. I was really surprised at how little it hurt because it's a very thick area for your ear, you know, and so I was thinking it was going to be the worst pain ever, but it really wasn't. It wasn't bad at all. It just felt, in the beginning it just felt like a lot of pressure, like she was like putting a lot of pressure on my ear, and then it just felt kind of like a dull ache, kind of. Yeah, like for instance, like when I got this cartilage one done down here, this little one, when I got that pierced, it felt more like a sharp stinging pain. It's like a really quick sharp stinging pain, whereas this just felt more like a dull ache. It was, yeah, it's a different feeling, and I definitely prefer the conch over, you know, getting, you know, the normal cartilage done. Just personal opinion. But like I said, like I've, you know, been telling everyone, you know, don't just take what I say for face value, because what's true for me might not be true for you. Just because I thought this didn't hurt very bad, doesn't mean that, you know, it's gonna be completely painless for you. Because like when I got my industrial done, I only have the top bar in now, but when I got my industrial pierced, oh my gosh, that was the worst pain I think I've ever felt ever. It was so painful. It was awful. And so, you know, it was terrible for me, but I also know people that got it done and said it didn't hurt at all. So it's just really pain's relative to the person. I can't really tell you. I can just tell you from my personal experience, my conch wasn't bad. It hurt, but it wasn't bad at all. Actually, after she had done it, I remember thinking to myself, like, this is it? Like, oh, you know, like that wasn't as much pain as I was expecting. Because when I read all the experiences on, you know, the internet and watched all these videos, everyone was like, oh, it's so awful, and, you know, which it could be for you. Like you know, like I said, don't just read my experience and think it's not going to be bad. But, you know, even knowing that it could have been extremely painful, I still wanted to do it. I still wanted the piercing regardless of how painful it was going to be. So, I think that's a good rule of thumb. If you really want a piercing, pain shouldn't be a factor in getting it, because it only hurts for a couple seconds and then that's it. So yeah, the worst part, actually the most painful part, was when she put in the jewelry. That was really painful, just because like the bar is internally threaded, meaning like the little threading part is on the bar itself. So when she stuck that through my ear, like the threading ripped through the hole, it was really painful. Like that was the worst part, but the piercing itself wasn't bad. So yeah, I actually haven't cleaned it yet because it's really painful to touch. I usually use like soap and water, and for the first few weeks I'll put a couple pumps of like antibacterial or antimicrobial or some kind of organic soap in like a plastic cup, and in the shower I'll fill it with hot water and just kind of splash it on my ear and soak my ear in the soapy water to get it clean, and then I will rinse it off. And that's usually what I do for the first few weeks, and then once it's less painful to touch, I'll use Q-tips and clean it in the shower with soap and water. You can also do like sea salt soaks or use a sea salt solution to clean it if you'd like to do that. I just personally like soap and water a little bit better because it doesn't make my ear so like dried out and nasty feeling. Yeah. So I really don't know what else to really tell you. It was a really good experience. So far it's been kind of painful, but I've been taking ibuprofen for it, and I don't think it's really swelled up. I've been taking ibuprofen and I haven't really noticed any swelling. So yeah. That's been really good. It is one of the more painful ones afterwards, I will tell you that. Like it hurts a lot more than I was expecting it like afterwards to hurt. You know, a lot of times after you get this thing pierced, you don't really feel it unless you hit it or touch it, but like it's hurting right now. It's just kind of got that irritated, like painful irritated feeling, like it's really irritated. So yeah, but it's bearable. I mean, you know, And I heard it gets better, and I've heard from other people, you know, it gets a lot better in a few weeks will be, you know, a lot better. So, the healing time for these piercings are usually like 6 months to a year. It just kind of depends on your body. I know my body takes at least a year or longer to heal cartilage piercings, so, you know, I'm not expecting this to go really slowly really quickly with the healing process, which that's okay. I mean, I just know how my body works. It's different for everybody. I would personally, the lady that I went to told me to at least wait 3 months to change it. I would at least wait 3 months, and I would definitely like go back to your piercer the first time and have them do it for you. If you want to change it. I personally like the jewelry I have in. I have a rainbow. You probably can't see it or tell. It's rainbow. It's like a rainbow colored bar, and I really like it, so I don't plan on changing this probably for forever. Yeah. So, I don't know if I talked about the jewelry at all or not, but this is a 14 gauge, 7/16 size barbell. It's just a little under ½ an inch. Probably once it's completely healed, I'll probably downsize, but it's actually not as long as the bar looked long, but it's really not because I have really thick cartilage. So, the length of the bar is actually pretty perfect. I really like the length of it. 7/16 works for me, but I would definitely not go any bigger than ½ inch if you're getting it pierced. Like, no, that's a lot, you know. 7/16 or even 3/8 would be good. That's the next size down. So, whatever you want to do. It's up to you. I prefer the bar over the ring over getting like a captive bead ring or a circular barbell. Just simply because like my hair, tends to get caught in my piercings a lot, and I really just didn't want to have that issue of it getting caught on stuff and people hitting it, you know, and they hug you and all those kind of things. So that's why I chose to not go that route. I really like the look of the bar. I just like the way it looks better as opposed to a ring. So yeah. That's pretty much my experience. It wasn't a bad experience. It's actually a pretty good one. So far, you know, I haven't had any issues with the healing. If you just be careful not to knock it and hit it on stuff, that's when you're going to get the hypertrophic scars, the little bumps on the front and back. That's when you get those, is when you knock it and hit it and mess around with it. And plus, you know, you don't want to touch your piercing ever, except when you're cleaning it. And you wouldn't want to touch it anyway because it's painful to touch it, you know. Like, I'd never ever just sit around and play with the jewelry because it hurts, you know. Like, I would not want to touch that. It really is painful. So, yeah, that's pretty much my experience with it. It wasn't a bad piercing at all. I would definitely, you know, if you want it, go for it. Yeah, I think both look really cute, so I am going to get the other one done eventually once this one heals and I'm able to sleep on it. I definitely would not recommend you getting both at the same time. Because even though, like, I wanted to do that so bad because I really like the look of both of them, I sleep on my side, and so I don't sleep on my back very well. I usually sleep on my side, on one side or the other side. So I knew it was going to be torture for me having both because your ear, like, directly comes in contact. The piercing comes directly in contact, you know, with your pillow when you sleep, and so I knew that was going to be a big issue. But, yeah, if you have any questions for me, you can just leave a comment in the comments below or whatever. I'll put my email in the description box or whatever, and you can email me if you have any questions about it. So yeah, if anything else you want to know, like I said, just leave a comment and I'll get back to you. Bye!